Before we create the app now, I want to remove our other account from this collaboration workspace, as I want to show you the case that this other user has no relation at all to this project when he receives access to the app. For this, we go again to our workspaces here. Now go to the collaboration workspace and click onto these 3 vertical dots. And now go to workspace access. In here, we now select this second user. You maybe don't have a second one, but if you have such a user, please do so. And now just press remove right here. With that, if we press close, we are the only owners of this workspace. Let's quickly again go to the other user and check this. So here we are. Let me go to home maybe. Let's now reload the entire account here. And let's now see in workspaces, we still have the collaboration workspace. So as I said, this can take a few seconds. Let's wait a bit. And let's then reload the page once again. Now we reloaded it. Now let's go to workspaces. And as you can see, no results found. So this user is totally independent from the workspace. The user is only part of my organization in this case. So back to the main account. And now please note that we have 2 things in here. If we go to view again and take the lineage view, you know that we have the underlying source data, we have this data set, and then we have again a Power BI Pro start report and a corresponding dashboard, and we have this demo report and this demo dashboard. So this is our structure. Let's change back to the list though. And in the right upper part of the screen, you now see this create app button. This means we can now create an app based on the data, or specifically, we can also specify what should be included in this app. You can see this right here in this include part. We can switch this on or off. So we cannot do this for the dataset because the underlying dataset, well, is kind of required in the app. Otherwise, we cannot show any data. But besides that, we can tell if we want to show the report, if we want to show the dashboard, and so on. And we can also, for example, just pick the report of the Collab demo project and the dashboard of the Power BI Pro start project. However, before I create the app, I just want to be clear about what an app actually is. Because if we go to get data down here, you see that we have files and databases, for example, and we have this discover content area. And in this content area, you see, if you check the descriptions, that you can discover apps published by other people in your organization, or you can choose apps from online services that you use. If you check this option now here, you see that you are not the only person creating apps for Power BI. You can see that lots of companies like LinkedIn here, for example, or down here, SAP or Microsoft 365. So lots of companies create such app, not all of a good rating to be honest, but we have lots of apps in here, which contain specific types of information and which you can use in Power BI. So this is important to understand. It's just a real app as you basically know it from app stores in the end. So you have this app and this application comes with a specific user interface in the end and with specific data a user can access. And the app we are creating now is also organized like this. You can just exit here under apps inside so my organization right here. So that's the core idea. If you publish such an app, this app will be available inside your organization. This is what I wanted to make clear right here. So let's close this now. And let's go back to our workspace here, the course collaboration workspace. And this didn't work, so let's select it once again. Now it worked. So sometimes it's a bit buggy, as I said, but now we're back in this workspace. And here we can now create this app and we can specify which parts of our workspace should be included in this app. The dataset must always be part of the app. But besides that, you can see that for our Power BI Pro starting project, for the report and the dashboard, we can include it or exclude it. Same thing is true for our Collab demo report and dashboard. For the Power BI Pro dashboard, I think this is this dashboard right here. That's not too spectacular. This doesn't contain any data, so we should probably exclude this dashboard. This doesn't make a lot of sense here. Therefore, let's say we include the Power BI Pro start report here. So this entire report here should then be included with all the pages. And besides that, we could say our Collab demo dashboard should be included and the report should not be there. So this means this dashboard here should be part of our app. Let's see if this works by going to create app up here, an option we didn't have in our workspace, so in my workspace. So let's do this. Here we can now give this app a name. Let's call it maybe course collaboration app. we can add a description. So let's say our first app here. You can add a support site. We don't need that. You can also add an app logo as we know it from the workspace. And you can also change the theme. Let's maybe take this blue right here. Yeah, guess that's not that important at this point. In the navigation menu up here, we can say what the app should look like. This means what should be the starting screen, the starting page of the app, either the dashboard or the report. We can change this right here, but I would say the dashboard should be on top. And besides that, we can leave the default options here. These are fine. Then let's see the permissions. Here you can either say if you want to give access to the app for the entire organization. So in the menu where we could access the app that I just showed you, if you select this option, everybody in your organization can access this app. This is not what I want right here. I again want to give access to my Power BI course user that I always use in this lecture. Therefore, let me add this one right here. And I also don't want this user to allow to use the data set or anything else. I just want to give this user read access only to this app. With that, we are done. So let's press publish app down here and let's see if this worked. So this can take a few minutes if the data set is bigger. In our case, this should be all right. So let's press publish. Now the app was published. Here we could get the direct access link, but important, this is only helpful for the person we added up here, right? So for any other person, this would not be helpful. Therefore, we could directly go to the app right here in this account, but I actually would like to close this and then access the other account to see whether the app can be installed successfully there. So here we are again in our other account, and let me reload this first as always to make sure all data is updated. And here, if we now go to our apps, we can't see a thing. That's sad. If we go to shared with me, we also can't see a thing. Workspaces, also no workspace. So this didn't work. No, of course it worked. We have to go to the apps and then we go to get apps, right? This would be the same thing as if you go to get data and then access the menu as shown before. And here we are directly redirected to my organization. And in there, you can now find this course collaboration app that we just created. You can now press get it now. And now the app is installed here in our apps menu, and we can now simply access this app, and we can also see that the dashboard is not loading. Yeah, what's wrong here? Well, that's a bug I just experienced when this new menu here was launched by Power BI. I wanted to show you this because as you saw throughout this module, we have some tiny bugs from time to time, unfortunately. Yeah, that's also true for this Collab demo dashboard. If we go back to our other account, and now leave the app menu by going back to this dashboard here, this one. You see this actually contains a dashboard. So yeah, this is not working at this stage, so let's go back. But if we go to our report, you can see that the report pages are loaded correctly. So this is working fine. This is how you can navigate through the app now. You see that the menu basically looks the same as we know it from the workspaces, but this is just now this dedicated app, which we can share with all the data that we want. If you want to leave the app, just go back, and then you are back here. And as you saw, this didn't work for the dashboard though. Therefore, we can also exclude this dashboard actually. So if we go back now to our main account, and here we go to course collaboration, so to our workspace once again. Then we are again in the course collaboration here. And here we can now say that we unselect the Collab demo dashboard as it doesn't work. With that, we can now update the app. We can leave all the settings as they are. And now we press update app right here. And again, update the entire thing. We don't want to have the link, so let's close this. And if we now go back to the workspace maybe, right here, and now switch to our other account, and now reload this one, you know how this all works, and now access the app, then we see that the dashboard was removed successfully. So as you see, this general app thing works perfectly. You can also update your app. The only problems we have, at least at the time when I'm recording this course, is when it comes to publishing dashboards. There seems to be a tiny little bug in here in Power BI at the moment. Yeah, cannot change this. I guess this should be fixed very soon though. However, this is how we can now create an app and how we can update an app. Let's go back now. But let's say we are not happy with that app and we want to have this app to be public anymore. Then we can go back to our main account once again here. And now here in the workspace, you click onto these three dots and there you can unpublish your app. Let's do this. You get a warning that the unpublished app will remove the app access for the viewers, so also for the other account. Yes, we want to do this. With that, the app has been successfully unpublished. So if we now again switch to the other account, the last time, no worries, right here, and reload that, we see it's empty again. And with that, the app is unpublished. So let's switch back to the main account. And with that, we are almost done with the Power BI Pro collaboration and sharing possibilities that we have. There is just one thing that I quickly want to summarize in the next lecture though. And this is this My Workspace versus other workspaces versus apps thing, because I want to make sure that you use Power BI Pro exactly according to your needs and also in the right way. So let's have a closer look at these to summarize this pro part of this module.